All right, good afternoon, everyone. So today we're going to talk about options. Okay, so options is one of my favorite topics because it's very interesting and it's pretty complicated as well. Okay, so today we'll go over the basics of options. Okay, now when we talk about options, right, again, it is a derivative contract. Okay, it's a derivative contract that gives the buyer the right to buy or sell the underlying asset, and the seller has an obligation towards the buyer. Okay, now let's break down this word right and obligation. Okay, so what does the word right mean? It generally means choice. Okay, now when we say choice, the buyer of the option has the choice to buy or sell the underlying asset. So with options, right, there's two things: you're buying and selling a contract, plus you're buying and selling an underlying asset. Okay, so we'll go through some examples and all of that. Okay, and then what does the word obligation generally mean? Is that it means there's no choice. The seller has of the option has no choice to either buy or sell the underlying asset. Okay, so this is a very basic definition of derivatives. Sorry, of options. Okay, so again, it's a derivative contract. Now, one of the interesting things about options, okay, options trade both in exchange trade, so we call that as ETT, and OTC. Now why it trades in OTC also is that the rules are the same for both of them, for the exchange and the over the counter. So as long as the option follows the rules of the contract, right, you can trade in both markets. Okay, okay, take a minute and write this down. Send it today, Ira. I'll send the class recording. Okay, everybody done writing? Okay, all right. Now, okay, fine, Ganesh. I'll recap. Just give me a minute, okay? So, um, so again, we're talking about derivatives. So this is your second half of the derivative topic that we call as options, okay? So again, an option is a derivative contract that gives the buyer the right to buy or sell the underlying asset, and the seller has the obligation towards the buyer. So we'll talk more about this and we'll go more in depth, right? So when we talk about right, all right, so right, yeah. So right means choice, yeah. Right means choice, right? So for example, we have right to free speech, we have right to vote, all of that, but so basically you have a choice, okay? And then obligation means that the seller of the option contract has to fulfill the obligation to the buyer. Okay, and options are traded both in exchange as well as OTC. Okay. Now options are divided into what we call as call options and put options. Okay. All right. Call options and put options. Okay. Now let's look at the rules for a call option. Okay. Now, when you for options, right, irrespective of call options or put options, you always have to look from the buyer's perspective. Okay. So this is a key point. Options, okay, always to be looked at from a buyer's perspective. Okay. Is this clear? So options, you're always going to, so the one on the left, this is the buyer of the call option. Okay. So we're going to only look at their perspective and nobody else's. Okay. So always look at from a buyer's perspective. Okay, now your call options are used, or not rather used, but rather when you feel or when you are speculating that the market is bullish, or the stock or the index or whatever you want to call it, right, is bullish. You're expecting the price to go up. Okay, now call options are subdivided between what we call as long call option and a short call option. Okay, and again, long means to buy and short means to sell. Okay, long means to buy and short means to sell. So again, within call options, right, long call is bullish and short call is bearish. Now again, goes back to yesterday's point, right, is that the market the market can only work if there are two opposing points of view. So if I'm thinking up, somebody has to think down, and if you're thinking up, I have to think down. So there cannot be a possibility that the market will always go up or the market will always go down. There cannot be 100% always buyers and 100% always sellers. It has to be 50-50. Okay. Now, when you talk about long call, you're again buying the call option contract. Okay. Exactly, Saurabh. Exactly. So zero sum game, right? So you're going to buy a call option contract. So how will you buy it? You're going to pay a premium. So what is that premium? Basically, money. You're going to pay money to that to the seller. Now, because you paid money, you have the right. Okay, right again means choice to buy the underlying asset, and you're known as the holder of the contract. Okay. Now, when you talk about the short call or selling the call options, right? So what's going to happen is that, so let's say you're long call, I'm short call. Okay, so I'm going to sell the call option contract to you, and I'm going to receive a premium. Basically, what am I receiving? The money that you paid me, and I have the obligation to sell the underlying asset, and I'm known as the writer of the contract. Okay. Now, I know these rules probably don't make a lot of sense, but once we get into some examples, right, you'll understand it. Okay. So again, call options are divided. So call options overall are bullish. Okay. And they're subdivided as long call and short call. Okay. So long call is to buy the call option contract. You're going to pay a premium, and that gives you the right to buy the underlying asset, and you're known as the holder of the contract. Okay, and a seller of a call option is known as a short call. They're going to sell the call option contract, receive a premium, they have the obligation to sell the underlying asset, and is known as the writer of the contract. Okay, is this clear? I know it's not, at least write down the rules for now. We'll go through each rule with an example. Okay, all right, write this down and let me know when you're done, and then we move on to the next one. Yeah, sure. You can kind of look at it that way, but there's more to it, right? So when I explain each one, right, you'll have an understanding, right? So at a very basic level, you can say that. So the buyer is actually earning that right, and the seller is earning that premium, but there's a little bit more to it. Okay, we'll get in more in depth. Okay, cool. All right. Now we looked at call options. Okay. So call options again are bullish. You're expecting. Now, when you talk about, see, let me be clear with derivatives, right? Is that you're looking at what's happening to the underlying asset. Okay. You're looking at what's happening to the underlying asset and you are deciding whether to buy or sell the underlying asset. Okay. You're deciding to buy or sell the underlying asset. Okay. So that is why on one hand we have call options. So here you're looking to whether to buy the underlying asset or not to buy the underlying asset. Okay. Now the same way we have what we call as put options. Okay. Now put options are the other side of the what do you call it, of the option. Okay, or the other hand of option. So if you say right hand is call options, then left hand is put options. Okay. Now when will you use put options is when you are speculating that the uh, underlying asset price is going down, or basically when you are bearish. Okay. So what happens is that again put options are subdivided into long put and short put. Okay. So again, long put is bearish and short put is bullish. Again, you gotta have 50-50. That's how the market works. Okay. Now, how do you enter into a put option contract? The same way, you're going to buy a put option contract by paying a premium. Now, again, this premium is money. Okay, is money. And because you have paid money, you have the right to sell the underlying asset. Okay, now this gets a little confusing. Okay, because you're buying but you're selling, right? So in the first one it's easy. You long call, you buy a call option and you're buying the underlying asset. But in put options you're going to buy the derivative contract so that you can sell the underlying asset. Okay, so you're doing two different things. So you're doing two different things in all of this. Okay. So in long call, you're buying the derivative and buying the underlying asset. In short call, you're selling the call option and you're obligated to sell the underlying asset. Okay. Same way as long put is that you're buying the derivative so that you can sell the underlying. And in short put, you're selling the derivative so that you can buy the underlying asset. Okay, is this clear with everyone? So don't worry, we will break all down all of these four so that you are clear with the concept. Okay, so when you talk about selling the put option, right? You're going to sell a put option contract, receive a premium, and you have the obligation to buy the underlying asset, and you're known as the writer of the contract. Okay, at least do the rules make sense? Are you clear with the rules? Yeah, at least be clear with the rules, and don't worry, we will break down these rules and I will give you option nightmares. Okay, because options is very interesting, right? And you can have a lot of fun with it. Okay, all right. So take a minute and write this down, and then we will explore the examples of each one. Yeah. No, no. So Shreya, we'll come to it. Even in options, there's an idea of a strike price and all of that. So we'll talk about that next. Yeah? We'll talk about that next. everyone done? Okay. Now let's look at a couple of the key terms of an option contract. Okay, so first one is what we call as strike price. So yesterday, right, when we were talking about a forward contract and we said 15,000 rupees is a strike price. So the same logic or concept holds good for options as well. Okay. Now strike price is defined as a price at which you enter into the contract. Okay. And premium is the amount you pay to get into the contract. Okay, similar to a margin, but it's not a margin, it's a premium. Okay, and then you have a spot price or a market price. So spot price and market price mean the same thing. This is the current price of the underlying asset. Okay, so strike price, premium, spot price, these are the three most important things in options. Okay. All right. Now let's look at the first example. Okay. Let's look at long call as a first example. Now, one of the easiest ways to understand options, right, is to understand it through a diagram, or what we call as a payoff diagram. Okay. So that's what we will do. Okay. All right. Now, let's see. Let's go through an example. Okay. Now, let's say that you and I enter into a contract, okay, where you are long call and I'm short call. Okay, is this clear with everyone? So you are long call, I am short call. Okay. Now let's say that the underlying asset, okay, is a pen. Okay, just a simple example is a pen. Okay. So you decide that, you know what, you're thinking, hey, I think the price of pen is going to go up in the future, but I don't want to buy the pen right now. I want to buy it in the future at a lower price. Okay, so that's why you enter into a contract with me. So you're long call, I'm short call. So what are the rules of long call? Let's have a look. You're going to buy a call option contract, pay a premium, and you have the right to buy the underlying asset, and you're known as the holder of the contract. Okay, so let's look at what you are going to do. Okay, now first thing is that you pay a premium of 10 rupees to me to lock in that pen at 100 rupees. Okay, so the strike price of the pen is 100, but you just paid a premium of 10 rupees. Okay, is this clear with everyone? Okay, so again, I'm going to repeat myself. You're going to pay a premium of 10 rupees to me to lock in the price of the pen at 100 rupees. Okay, now let's understand the term exercise or expiry. Okay, now if you exercise an option contract, okay, that means that you are going to buy the underlying asset from me. Okay, and when I say, and if you decide to expire, that means that you are not going to buy the pen from me. Okay, exercise again means you will buy the underlying asset. Okay, and expiring means you will not buy the underlying asset. Okay, is this clear with everyone? Okay, cool. Now let's understand one thing. Okay, so you paid 10 rupees to me. Okay, now you paid that 10 rupees. Now let me write this down. Okay, so you paid rupees 10 to me. Okay, so let's say RR. Okay, so that you can buy the pen at rupees 100. Okay, so you're locking in the price. Now my first question to you guys is, now when will you decide to buy the pen? Okay, so you will decide to buy the pen from me when it is profitable for you. Okay, okay, when it's profitable for you. Okay. Now let's look at this. Now let's start from the top. Okay, so the market price. So market price means outside of the option contract, the price is 80 rupees, but with me it is 100 rupees. What will you do? Will you exercise the option contract where you'll buy it from me at 100 rupees, or will you expire the option contract? Only three. What about the others? Are you understanding? Okay, again, I'm gonna frame my sentence. Okay, so you're in a contract with me. Now you have a choice whether to buy the pen from me at 100 rupees, or you can buy it in the market for 80 rupees. Okay, so obviously it makes sense to buy the pen outside. Okay, not from me. So that is why you will expire the contract. Okay, you will expire. Now every time you expire the contract, the maximum loss you're going to incur is the premium that you are going to lose. Okay, you're going to lose the 10 rupees premium. Right. So Anurag, correct. So rather than have a 20 rupees loss, you pay only 10 rupees premium. Right. Okay. Are we clear on the first? So, and guys, this is dynamic. These market prices, no, they keep changing every second. Okay. So don't think about this as a static this thing. Okay. All right. Are we clear with the first line? Okay. Now, what will happen in the second scenario? Okay. Now, again, with me, again, the contract with me is that you can buy the pen at 100 rupees from me, or you can buy it in the market for 90 rupees. So, what will you do? What will you do? Okay, 1 second. Let me look at your questions. Okay, so yes. Okay, so fine. So most of you got the right listing. You will expire. Well, see, Shreya, what happens is that the loss is, see, look what I mentioned here, right? You will decide to buy the pen from me when it is profitable for you. So when it is 90 and 100, will it be profitable for you? That's the question you guys need to ask. No, so the total cost does not equal Deepesh, because see, if you pay 10 rupees to me, now to buy, see, now the value of the pen is 100. You still have to pay another 100 rupees to me. So the total expenditure for you will be 110. Okay. Whereas in the market, it is only going to be 90. But you paid that 10 rupees to me that you're going to lose anyway. Okay. That's what we call as a sunk cost. Okay. No, so Vibur, it will not be yeah, I mean, if you take it outside in the market or if you expire the contract, you might incur that loss, but within the option contract, okay, it's going to be less, it's going to be 10 rupees only as the loss. Okay, so in options, one thing that will come to is that the profits are going to be well, the losses are going to be limited. Okay, losses are going to be limited to the premium that you pay. Okay, are we clear with this? You guys have to think about it this way. Are you making
So,
a profit?
sir, it means the premium price is not included in the strike price. That's why the total cost of the pan is 110.
Exactly. Exactly. See,
And
you
then,
pay
sir,
10 rupees
we
upfront.
lose
See,
10
one second.
rupees as a premium.
Sorry, sorry. Say that
We
again.
lose the 10 rupees premium. So,
Yeah.
sir, we lose 10 rupees premium, then we have 90 rupees from the market price we
Yes.
have to pay.
Yeah.
So, sir, the total loss will be 10 rupees.
Exactly.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Mm. Is this clear with everyone? Okay, cool, Vibhor. You get it? You're understanding the logic, right, Vibhor? Hang on, guys, one second. Yes. All right. I think here in Bangalore it's starting to rain. If you guys have backups, right, keep that ready. Okay, and if you get disconnected, don't worry. I'll send you the class recordings for today. Okay, but are we clear with the second line
So,
of
sir,
what's happening?
so,
Sorry.
sir, what about first? So, sir, what about first line? There is 80 rupees market price, strike price is 100, and premium is 10.
Yeah.
So, how it will be the loss of minus 10? It will be in the minus 20.
No, no, that's what I'm saying is that in a long call option contract, the maximum loss you are going to incur is 10 rupees. See, now you have a choice. Now again, you guys have to understand very clearly what this word right means. Okay, it means choice. Now, you have the choice that if you want, you can buy it from me, or you can buy it from the market, or you don't have to do. All three is possible, right? So, but what you and I are going to be concerned about is what is happening with us within the option contract. That is more important. Okay, what is happening in the option
So,
contract is more
we
important. Sorry.
we have a choice to buy from the market and from you after paying the premium. So, we should pay the premium first.
Yeah. See, forget about what is happening in the market in the first part. Okay, you are giving a premium. See, okay, think about it this way, guys. All of you have paid insurance policy, right? All of you have paid either vehicle insurance or mostly a vehicle insurance or a life insurance or a health insurance, right? So the logic is the same. You can only get coverage from your insurance company after you pay a premium, right? Now, after you pay a premium, then only you can adhere to the terms and conditions, right? Now, if you don't adhere to the terms and conditions, they will not allow you to pay the premium. Okay, so the logic is the same. Okay, is that the maximum loss that you're going to incur is going to be the premium, nothing more than that, for long calls specifically. Okay, so what you do in the market is not my concern, but what you are doing within the option contract is what we have to worry about. Okay, but now you to decide whether to exercise or expire the contract, okay, you have to compare it with the market price. Is this clear with everyone? So your decision will be based on an external factor, which is your market price. Okay. Well, not necessarily loss or profit. Okay. So, Shreya, just give me 5 minutes. Let's go through the entire example, and I think that should answer your question. Okay. Okay. Now, let's look at the next line. Okay. The third line. Now, this will be well, well, I wouldn't say confusing, but rather, what will you guys do? So market price is 100, strike price is 100, and the premium that you pay is 10. What will you do? Will you exercise the option contract or will you expire?
Both is equal.
Sorry?
We can expire or we can exercise. No matter.
Mhm. No, no. Okay. Okay, only a few have gotten it correctly. Okay, so in this case, also you will expire the option contract. Okay, now again, you guys have to think about in terms of profitability. Okay, now again, look at this. Okay, so within the option contract, okay, you pay 10 rupees premium plus 100 rupees strike price, right? So to me, total you would pay, or you will total will be 110. Okay, but when you're if you go outside the market, right, you pay that 10 rupees option premium to me. Okay, but now because the strike price and the market price is same, you don't necessarily have to buy it from the market. Okay, so you use the market price to compare. Okay, now if you guys look at this, right, within the option contract it is 110 rupees, but outside the market, see, this 10 rupees you've lost either way, so we cannot be bothered about it. Okay, you will only pay 100 from the market, right? Okay, is this clear? You're going to expire the contract because it is not profitable for you. Please have the mindset of earning profit, okay, or earning money. Yeah. So when the strike price and market price is the same, you've not made a profit. Okay, you've not made a profit. So you're going to expire the option contract, and again you're going to lose 10 rupees as premium. Okay, is this clear with everyone? Okay, so take a second, read it and look at it once again, and clarify your doubts, because if you are going to uh, like if you get confused or something like that, right, it will be very difficult to clear it later. So take a minute and look at this and then see if you have any doubts. Please be clear of what is happening. Take a minute. Huh. Yeah, that's a good dialogue. Yeah. So are we clear with the first three lines, guys? Right? Okay. So don't worry, Shreya, we'll come to your answer as well. Rahul, all of this should be very simple for you as well, right? All right, cool. Now let's move on. Okay. Now the market price is 110 and the strike price is 100 and the premium is 10. Okay. So again, you can buy the pen from me at 100 rupees or you can buy it in the market at 110. What will you do? All right, good. You will exercise the contract, but are you making a profit here? Right. So guys, this is very theoretical, okay? But it is zero, and we call this as a break-even point. Yeah, there's no profit yet, okay? So this is your break-even point. Now, let's look at it when it is 120 in the market, 100 strike price and premium of 10 rupees. What's going to happen? Exactly. You're going to exercise the option contract and now you'll make 10 rupees profit. Okay? Is this clear? So how do you guys know how we got the 10 rupees profit? Right? So market price is 120, 100 rupees is the strike price, and 10 rupees is the premium. Okay, so if you subtract everything, how much is left? Profit of 10 rupees. Okay, profit of 10 rupees. Okay, so that's how it's become profitable. Okay, now when it's 130, what's going to be? What about the others? Okay, yeah. So you will exercise the option contract and you will make a 20 rupees profit. Okay. Now, theoretically, can a stock price go up to infinity or it can keep going up, right? A stock price, the price of the pen can keep going up, yes or no? Yeah. So, for example, let's say the price goes to 500, strike price is 100, premium is 10. What will you still do? Okay, exercise. Now, how much profit will you make? Yeah, okay. So how do we arrive at 390? Everybody's clear? So 500 minus 100 is 400 minus 10 rupees premium is 390. Okay. So what does this tell you about long call? Can somebody summarize it in one line? What is long call telling us?
You can make unlimited profit and you have a limited loss.
Very good. Yes, exactly. All right. So what this means is that in a long call option contract, okay, wait, yeah, you have unlimited profit and limited losses. Okay. All right. Take a minute. So what I want you guys to do now, right, is that, okay, let me just remove some of this stuff. This is not required. Okay. Okay, so long call, loss is limited to the premium paid and profit is unlimited. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to write down the key terms and I want you guys to write down this table and I want you to plot the P&L. Okay. Now, the x-axis is your market price and your y-axis is your P&L. Okay. So I'll give you about 2 minutes. Please write down the table and plot the graph. Okay, so you guys remember x-axis and y-axis, I'm pretty sure. So y is as the vertical line, x is the horizontal line. So on the x is your 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, and on your y-axis it is your profit. So anything below the x-axis is your loss and anything above your y-axis is a profit. Okay, so take a minute or at least 2 minutes, write down this table and plot the graph and let me know when you're done. Okay, everybody about done? So your graph should look something like this, right? So losses are limited to the premium that you've paid, and the profit is unlimited. Okay, everybody done? Yes, okay. All right. So we'll go through all. So same way, I'm going to explain the rest of them. Okay, and then we'll work out some real life examples. Okay, but are we all clear with long call? Right? You understand what's happening, right? Is that you lock in the price by paying a premium, the buyer. Okay, and you have the choice to exercise or expire the contract. Now, when will you do it? Is when it is profitable for you, right? Now, and I hope you guys are clear with the first three, right? This is the most important, okay? And you got to understand that these first three, you will always expire the contract. This one, you will exercise the contract, and the rest you will exercise because it's profitable for you, okay? All right. Shall we move on to the next one? Okay, now I want you guys to tell me. Okay, so let's look at the payoff diagram for short call. Okay, now I know some of you have already studied this stuff, example Saurav and Rahul and all of that. Okay, and a few of you don't give out the answer. I want the others to try. Okay, yeah, and some of you who just finished college and all of that, right? This might be fresh in your mind, yeah, because I know you guys know it, right? So I want others to kind of you know understand what's happening, yeah. Okay, now let's look at short call. Okay, so market price is 80, strike price is 100, premium is 10. So what is short call guy going to do? Is he going to exercise the option contract, or is he going to expire the option contract, or he will not do anything? What's going to happen? You guys tell me. Okay, all right. So, well, not exactly. So actually, most of the answers are wrong. All right. All right. So now let's go back and understand our rules again. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I like rules. Okay. I like rules. Okay. Now, when we said right, what did we mean by that? Right. We meant this choice. So the buyer of the option has the choice to buy or sell the underlying asset. And when we talked about obligation, we said that is no choice. So what does that mean? The seller of the option has no choice to buy or sell the underlying asset. Okay. Now here, when you talk about long call and short call, right? What's going to happen? Okay, what's going to happen? Here, you have the right, so you're long call, you have the right to buy, so you have the choice, and I have the obligation to sell. Okay. Now let's look at this. Let me see if I can put both. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Let me just try and fit both of it in one line. Okay. Now, you guys think about this. Okay. You have a choice to buy the pen from me. Now, if you say you're going to expire the contract, can I sell the pen to you still? Right? Yeah, correct. No. So if you say, Rakshit, you know what, Rakshit, I don't want to buy the pen from you. I'm like, okay, fine. No problem. No problem. Right? So if you're going to not buy the pen from me, that's fine. So what did you do? You expired the contract. So if you expire the contract, I also will have to expire the contract. Okay? It's not exercise. Okay? Now you lost your 10 rupees premium. Therefore, I'm going to make my 10 rupees premium. Is this clear with everyone? See, you as long call, you said, Rakshit, I don't want to buy from you. Fine. So you expired the contract. Now, if you expire the contract, shouldn't I also expire the contract? Yes or no? Yeah. Right. And the P&L, so you lost your 10 rupees premium. So you lost it. That means I gained it. Okay. All right. Is the first one clear with everyone? Okay, what do you think is going to happen next? When the market price is 90, strike price is 100, premium is 10, what do you think will happen? Will I exercise the option contract? Will I expire the option contract, or I will not do anything? All right, very good. So are you getting it? So you're going to expire the contract, and I am going to make 10 rupees premium. Okay. All right. Now, is this clear with everyone? The second scenario. Okay. Now, what will happen in the third scenario? Okay. So why am I expiring? Can anyone tell me why should I expire? Correct, right? Because see, at the end of the day, you as long call, because you expired the contract, I also expire the contract, and 10 rupees will be the profit. Okay, so let me recap. All right, I think everybody's here. Okay, uh, so you got to be clear with the term right and obligation. Okay. So right means you as long call have a choice and I have an obligation to meet your choice. Okay. So if you say expire, I also have to expire. If you say exercise, I also have to exercise the option contract. Okay. So that is why in the first three, short call me, I'm expiring the contract because why? You also expired the contract. The only difference is that because you have lost your premium and I have gained that premium. Okay. Is this clear with everyone? Okay. Now what will I do when it is this? When it's at 110. Is it 110? Yeah, 110. Curve. Okay, Anurag and Shreya got it correctly. See, I'm exercising. Why? Because you are exercising. Okay. So if you expire, I will expire. So since you exercised, I'm going to also exercise. Okay. So here it will be 0 and this is going to be break even point. Okay. Now what will happen here in the next scenario? Will I expire or will I exercise? Very good. Exercise. Okay. So now it will not be 0 loss. Okay. So again, so you guys remember we were talking about yesterday, zero sum game, right? So if you made a profit of 10 rupees, that means I am going to lose 10 rupees. Okay. All right. And then what's going to happen here at 130? Exactly. Exercise with a 20 rupees loss. Okay. And let's say price goes all the way up to 500. What's going to happen? Are we going to, what will happen? Will I expire or exercise? Exactly. There we go. You guys are getting it. All right. Are we all clear with this? Okay. So, and again, I'm going to repeat myself. Okay. Long, so long call has a choice, a right, and a short call has an obligation, basically no choice. Now, if long call says, hey, like you are long call and I'm short call, and you say, Rakshit, I don't want to buy from you, I'm going to expire the contract. I'm like, fine. So if you're going to expire, I'll also expire. Only difference is that you lost your 10 rupees premium and I gained that 10 rupees premium. Okay. So that is the first three cases. Okay. Now, in the fourth case, you decided to exercise the option contract because it was a break-even point. So if you exercise it, so will I. Okay. Now, this is theoretically, right? How it works in the market is very, very different, right? And then when we talk about the next three, right? You exercise the option contract, you made a profit. So I'll also exercise the option contract, but the difference is I've made a loss. Okay. Is this clear with everyone? Okay. So I want you guys to write the payoff, this table. Okay. Okay. So if you were to sum it up, right? Short call profit is limited to the premium received and loss is unlimited. Okay. And I want you guys to plot the market price and the P&L on a graph. Okay. So take about 2 minutes and let me know when you're done. Everyone done? Okay. So your graph should look something like this. Yes, no? All right. And do you guys understand why the limited profit and the unlimited loss? Right? Okay. Shall we move on? Okay. Okay. Now let's look at long put. Okay. So can somebody explain it to me step by step? Okay. So for long put, what will happen? Okay, what we'll do to make it easier, right? We'll start down at the bottom from 130 and we'll work our way up to 80. Okay. So if you're long put and I'm short put, when the market price is 130, strike price is 100, and the premium you paid is 10, what will you do? Now, please understand that as long put, you have the right to sell the underlying asset. Now, what is this underlying asset? Again, the pen. Okay, so you bought the pen from me from the previous example. Okay, now you want to sell the pen back to me. Now, if the market price is 130 and strike price is 100, what will you do? No, no, guys, think about it this way. Okay, okay. So you're holding a pen. All of you are holding a pen. I'm assuming, right? Now, you can sell the pen to me at 100 rupees, or you can sell in the market price for 130. What will you do? Will you sell the pen actually to me at 100, or will you sell it in the market for 130? Exactly. So if you're going to sell it in the market, what are you doing with the contract? Yeah. No, Dipesh, you're expiring the contract. Every time, so guys, again, please be clear. Every time you sell outside of the contract, you're going to expire the contract. Okay, you will not exercise it. Only when you sell it to me, you will exercise. That is when you exercise it. Okay. So what is your loss? 10 rupees. Okay. All right. Now, when the market is 120, strike price is 100, premium is 10, what will you do? All right. Very good. You're going to expire the contract. And again, you're going to lose 10 rupees as your premium. Okay. All right. Now, what will you do? Market price is 110, strike is 100, premium you paid is 10. Okay. So Anurag, it will not be BEP, okay, but rather you will expire the contract, okay, and you will incur a loss of 10 rupees. Okay, so BEP is still a little bit off. Okay. Now what will you do? When the market price is 100, strike price is 100, and premium is 10. No, guys, think, right? Think about it. Are you making a profit in this scenario? You as long put, are you making a profit? No, right? So then why will you exercise it? right? So what are you going to do? You're going to expire the contract and you're going to lose your 10 rupees. Okay. Now what will you do? When the market price is 90 and strike price is
Sir,
100,
please, sir, please recap this. Why will you expire this?
because it's not profitable for you. See, you pay, so you can sell it. See, the total cost that you will incur is 110, whereas in the market it is 100, right? So see, if you see, you pay the 10 rupees to me, so 10 rupees is gone. Now, if you want to sell the pen to me, I'm going to give you only 100 rupees for it. Whereas in the market, you'll also get only 100. Okay. Now, because you paid that extra 10 rupees premium, right? You're going to expire the contract. Yeah. Now, what will you do? When the market price is 90, strike price is 100, and the premium you paid is 10. Correct. Exercise 0.
Sir, how it is break-even point?
See, because see, it's because you pay the premium of 10 rupees, right? Either way, it's going to be 100, right? So that's why it is break even point. See, you can sell it in the market for 90, or you can sell it to me at 100, right? And plus the premium of 10 rupees. So basically, you have to keep looking at whether, see, basically, is it profitable or not, is what you have to look at, right? Now, from a very textbook, this is a very textbook example, right? So that is why it is break even point here, okay? Now, when will it become profitable for you is when, see, if you look at this, strike price is 100, market price is 80, and premium is 10. So when you deduct all of that, so from 100, if you deduct 80, you get 20 and another premium of and you deduct 10 rupees as well, you have 10 rupees left. Okay, so that is why you're going to exercise the option contract and you will make a profit of 10. Okay, now for example, let's say the price goes to 50, strike is 100, premium is 10. What will you do? Exactly, Anurag. What will you do here when the market price is 50? So again, please understand, the pen that you're holding in your hand, you can sell that pen to me at a price of 100 or in the market of 50. Now, obviously, it does not make sense for you to sell it in the market at 50 rupees. You're going to lose so much money, right? So you're going to sell the pen to me at 100, and and you have paid a 10 rupee premium. So you're going to exercise the option contract, and you will make a 40 rupees profit. Okay, is this clear with everyone?
Here is I am the seller and I am paying the premium.
No, no, no. See, this is why I'm telling you guys to pay attention. Deepesh, listen carefully. You have to understand the rules first. See, you're doing two things, Deepesh. Is that you're buying the put option contract by paying a premium and you're going to sell the underlying asset. Now, what is the underlying asset? Pen. So you're going to sell the pen to me at 100 rupees. Dipesh, is that clear? You're doing two different things, my friend. You're buying the option contract and you are taking the decision to sell the pen to me or not to me. Guys, is this clear with everyone? See, with long call, right, it's easy to understand because you're doing both buy and buy. But please understand that you're doing two things. You're buying a derivative contract and you're going to buy or sell the underlying asset. Now, in this case, the buy or sell of the underlying asset is the pen. So in long call, you bought the pen from me at, let's say, when the market price was 130, you bought it and you made 20 rupees profit. Okay. Now you decide that, hey, you know what? I think the price of the pen is going to go down. So again, you enter into an option contract with me, and you're going to be long put, right? Now, as long as the prices keep going down, then only it becomes profitable for you, and that is why you will exercise the option contract. And you, again, I'm saying you will sell the pen to me at strike price. Okay, two things are happening. Please don't get confused. Is this clear with everyone?
So my question is here is I am receiving the premium or paying the premium?
You're paying the premium. See, whoever is buying
Yeah.
the option is going to always pay the premium. You're long put, so you pay the premium. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do is write down this table and make a graph for it. Okay. So, can anybody summarize what is long put then? Okay. So, why I've said in theory is because stock price cannot go below zero. Okay. So that's why I said it in theory. Okay. Take 2 minutes, write this down, and then we'll move on to the next one and create the graph as well. Everyone done? So your graph should look something like this. Yeah, everybody got their graph to look like that. Yep, looks good. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Okay. Now let's look at short put. Okay. So can you guys tell me what's going to happen? So we'll start from the bottom again. What's going to happen? At 130, 110, what's going to happen? Okay, good. Expire. And what do I get? Yeah, good. 10 profit. Okay. Sorry, 10 profit. Next, what will happen? Will I exercise or expire the contract? Okay, very good. Expire the contract again, 10 rupees. Next, I guess I hope you guys are all clear now with the exercise and expiry obligation and right, right? So expire.
But how the profit is 10 rupees?
So
If I am
again,
expiring the
Dipesh, again, you have to be clear with concept. Is that the in long put, the profit, the loss is limited to the premium that is paid. Okay, so whatever long put guy is losing, short put guy is going to gain. Yeah, short put guy is going to gain. So again, the idea of zero
okay,
sum game, right? So if
okay,
your loss is my profit and my loss is your profit. Is that clear? Deepesh, is that clear? Okay. All right. Next, what are we going to do? We're going to exercise or expire. What's going to happen? Yeah, I'm going to expire and again profit of 10 rupees. Okay. And next, market is 90, strike price is 100, premium is 10. Exactly. Good. Is exercise, and this is going to be 0, and this is going to be break even point. Okay. All right. Now what will we do? All right. Good. Exercise. Sorry. And going to make a loss of 10 rupees. Okay. Now, what if the price in the market goes to 50, strike price is 100 and premium is 10? What will I do as short put? Very good. 40 loss. Okay. Is this clear with everyone? Here, no problem. I'll send you the class recordings. Okay. And guys, whatever doubts you guys have, right? You guys should email me. You should not wait for the next class. You all have my email ID, right? Again, I'm giving guys my email ID. Yeah. So please make sure. So I'm going to give you a bit of work. Yeah, I can see you guys, exiting and entering. It's fine. It's raining here in Bangalore, so expected to have all sorts of issues, network issues. Yeah. Okay. So are we clear with short put as this thing? Okay. So same thing. I want you guys to write down the table and create a diagram for it. Okay. I'll give you guys another 2 minutes. I hope you guys are doing that. Okay, it's really going to help you. Okay, and I'll give you some homework as well in the meantime. Guys from the Delhi, this thing, do you guys have a group ID or not yet? So for us in Bangalore, right? So what we generally have is like, um, yeah, group. So we have generally something like what is it, like CIBOP dash batch 90. So what happens is I just send this. It goes to everybody in the distribution list. Do you guys have that? Okay, no worries. I'll just send it to you guys individually. Let me 1 second. One second, guys. I'll just share my screen. Can you all let me know whether your email ID is there? I hope you guys can see it clearly, right? So Deepesh, I have yours. This Utkarsh is not coming anymore, so I'm not sure about him. Mirnayak, Arpit, Hemraj, Anurag, Vibor, Shreya, Rhythm, uh, Sakshi, Rahul, Sarnash, Saurav, A, Rishabh. What about this Varas Rana? I don't think he's been coming as well, right? I'll remove him. And Saurabh K. Am I missing anyone from the Delhi group? Again, from Delhi and Gurgaon group, Deepesh, Mirnayak, Arpit, Hemraj, Anurag, Vibor, Shreya, Ritam, Sakshi, Rahul, Sarnash, Saurav A, was Rishabh, and Saurabh K. That's everybody, right? And did I miss anyone? Okay, cool. All right. So keep finish this and let me know. By then, I will send you guys the assignments. Okay, and guys, one thing, the assignment is for you to do and not for me to do. Okay? I know it sounds very obvious, but then next week, right, when we have class, I don't want to solve this for you, right? I'm not being mean here. It's just that you guys need to be able to figure this stuff out on your own. Okay? Now, I'll just show you an example, okay? And so, for example, look, if you look, guys look at this, right? So, underlier is bank nifty and you're long one contract at 25 150, 9% is initial margin and maintenance margin is 3%. Okay, now this is your daily calculation of profit and loss. This is your overall profit and loss. Okay, so this will keep going up or down. Okay, but this will be your daily. Okay, so if let's say I made 10 rupees profit today, my overall profit is 10 rupees, and let's say the margin I had to put was uh, like initial margin, let's say, was 10,000 rupees. Okay, so then what happens? This becomes 10,010. This is clear, right? Now let's say on day two you make 20 rupees profit, so your overall PNL will be, what will be the overall PNL? Exactly 30, and then it will be 10,040. Correct? So last time when I gave this to a batch, no, they did not do this because they did not understand what is overall PNL. And I did not know whether to cry or to cry even more. Okay, so all the stuff that I'm giving you is basics, and you just have to be. I mean, we're just doing simple math and a lot of common sense. Okay, but last time I gave this to the batch, right? They refused to do it. They said we will not do it because we don't understand this. What is this overall PNL? And I was so shocked, right, by it. I didn't know what to do. Honestly, I didn't know what to do. If I was in class, right, I would have just left and I would have told somebody else to take the class, or I would have told everybody to leave for the day, because if you cannot understand what is overall PNL, I really don't know what to say, right? I really don't know what to say. So that's why I'm showing this to you guys, okay? And I don't want to solve this for you, okay? You guys now should be in a position to solve it for yourself. Is this clear with everyone? Yeah? I know I'm sounding a little harsh, but you know, like imagine if somebody comes up to you and say, "I don't understand what is overall PNL," and it's like basic common sense. So I made 10 rupees here, and I made 10 rupees here, and the next day I made 20 rupees. So my overall PNL is 30. That's it. And the entire batch didn't do it because of whatever reason, I don't know. But on that day, like, little tears came out for me, little bit. I don't cry actually. I'm just joking. I'm being dramatic as usual. Okay, but what do you call it? When stuff like that comes up, no, it's like, come on, guys. It's just so basic. You should be able to do it, right? All right. So I'm sending you futures. Yes, Sarnash. So these assignments are different than what is on your LMS tool. So your LMS tool, that is mandatory for your certification. Okay. Now these additional assignments that I'm sending you, right, is more for you to practice. Okay, so that you get your concepts clear. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm sending you a futures assignment. Okay. Now for the options assignment. Okay. So you guys see the screen right now. Options assignment. Okay, uh, take random numbers. Okay, create a table and decide exercise or expiry, profit or loss, and create a diagram. Okay, so I've not give you the table and all that. Yeah, you guys can figure that out. I don't think that's too difficult. Yeah. So, and for this options one, so how many over there are? There's about 4 or 5. You guys can do that. But for options, right, I want you guys to do this 10 times. 10 different numbers, 10 different situations, and then only you're going to submit it to me. Now I know it sounds like a lot, but the first 1, 2, or 3 you're going to struggle until you get the concept, and then only you're going to be then only you'll understand the thing, right? Is this clear with everyone? Okay, and I'm giving you guys a deadline of Thursday to submit this. Okay, so futures and options, both deadline is Thursday. Okay, is this clear with everyone? Okay, so I don't want there to be, oh, I didn't do it, this happened, that happened, uh, I don't know, I don't want to hear those excuses. Okay, and at least by Tuesday I want all the assignments done. Okay, again, I haven't pulled today's report, but by Tuesday I want from financial systems 2 options done, no more delays. Okay, so Shreya, yeah, the homework yesterday it was what I'm sending you today. Did I give you any other homework yesterday apart from this? I said I would send it to you, but I didn't get a chance. Exactly, Boober. It's an obligation. Yeah, I'm obliging you to do the assignments. Guys, did I give any other assignment yesterday? I know that I told you I will send you the assignments, but I didn't get a chance. But now I've sent both. Okay. So same way for options, what you're seeing in front of you. So instead of, let's say, oh yeah, the forward contract with equity, you can do that as well and send it to me by Thursday. Okay. So yeah, 10 times. So you guys can have different market prices, different strike prices, different premiums, all of that. Okay. And you can send it to me. Okay. It's more about practice. Again, you're going to struggle for the first 2 or 3, then you're going to get better at it. Okay. And you guys have to do it. Okay. Because practice, well, unfortunately makes you perfect. Not unfortunately, but rather practice makes perfect. All right. So you practice it, and then it'll be fine. Okay. And see, 10 is just the minimum I require. But if you still feel that you can do with more practice, right? Please feel free to do it. For some of my students on the weekday batch, right, who are freshers from college, they often struggle with this, and I make them do it 100 times. Okay. And the thing is, by about 20, 30th time, they'll have understood, sir, I'm done, I understood everything. but I still make them to do it the complete 100 times, because then they'll be crystal clear. Okay, because for me, the way I look at it, right, so if I say 10 or 100 or whatever it is, right, and if you just do, if you, let's say I ask you to do it 100 times and you do only 30 and you said understood, I agree with you, but you've only understood 30% of the concept. Okay, so better is to go from 30 and finish up the other 70 so that you're crystal clear. Okay, yeah, Anurag, so it'll be 40 payoffs then, yeah. But if you guys want to do 100 also, no problem. I mean, that is, it depends on you, if you have time with your work, etc., right? But I think all of you can put away 1 hour to do this. Okay, 10 of them I think should not be too difficult. Okay, and don't do it on the last day. Okay, don't do it on Wednesday night. Okay, and I'll give you guys a deadline. So I want this by Thursday 9 a.m. Okay, Thursday 9 a.m. If I get it at 9:01 a.m., it is automatic delete. Okay, smiley face, smile at that. Yeah, so 9 a.m. smiley face, 9:01 a.m. you will get a sad face, which is shift delete in my inbox, and it's a 0. Okay, it's just to motivate you guys. Okay, all right, everybody done with this? Shall we move on to the last bit? Okay, now there's a couple things. One second. Okay, now we have different types of option expiry. Yes, somebody wants to say something? Mukamika, you want to say something? Network is bad, you can type it in. Okay, all right, so we have different styles of option expiry. Network is still bad. Okay, all right, so different types of option expiry. So the first one is what we call as European options. Okay, now the question you guys should have is, when can I exercise or expire the contract, right? When, obviously when it is profitable for you, but there should also be a specific time duration. Okay, so when we talk about European options, okay, you can exercise or expire the contract on the last Thursday of every month. Okay, you can exercise or expire the contract on the last Thursday of every month. That's called as European options. Okay, now American options is that you can exercise or expire anytime before the maturity. Now please understand that all exchange traded derivatives have contracts up to 3 months. Okay, so if we are in May, so May, June, July, so you can trade up to 3 months in exchange. So when we come to the last Thursday of May, all the derivatives, futures and options contract will expire in the market. Okay, and it gets rolled to the next month. Okay, so May month is called current month, April is called as next month, and June is called as next month, and July is called as far month. Okay, so that's what we mean by European options. So that decision to exercise or expire will be on the last Thursday of every month. Okay, an American option you can exercise anytime before maturity, and Bermudan option, it'll happen in regular intervals, for example every 10 days or 14 days. Okay, so these are the different styles of option expiry. Okay, is this clear with everyone? The different styles of option expiry: European, American, Bermudan, and there are more as well, but these are some of the three most popular ones. Okay, European, American, and Bermudan. Is this clear? Okay, take a minute to write this down quickly. Everyone done? Yes, Mika, you have something to say? There's a lot of background noise. Okay. Okay. Now, the next and last thing that we're going to talk about is the effect of premium that you have to pay. So, it's long call and long put, right? What is the effect of premium you have to pay? Now, okay, no problem, Kamika. So now we call this as in the money, at the money, and out the money. Okay. So when it is in the money, okay, the premium you pay is expensive. Okay. And when it's at the money, it is what we call as fair value. And when it's out of the money, the premium that you pay is cheap. Okay. So this is one of the ways that you figure out the kind of premium that you pay. Okay, but there is a mathematical formula and all of that for it, but that's it's pretty complex, so we will not touch upon that. Okay, all right. So how does it look like, right? So we have something known as in the money, at the money, and out the money. Okay, so when we talk about long call, right, when the market price is 150 and the strike price is 100, then it is in the money. And when the market price and strike price are the same, it is at the money. And when market price is less than the strike price, then it is out of the money. Okay, then it is out of the money. Okay, and in long put, it's the opposite. Okay, is that if market price is 150 and strike price is 100, that is out of the money. Okay, and if again market price and strike price is same, that is at the money. And if market price and strike price, so if market price is 50 and strike price is 100, it is in the money. Okay, so this is, and who is charging you is that it is the short call guy who's charging you the amount of premium. Okay, is this clear with everyone? In the money, at and out the money, it affects the premium that you pay. So basically, it's like profit. In the money is generally considered as profit. At the money is break even, and out of the money is loss. Is this clear with everyone? Okay, take a minute, write this down. Okay, so what we're doing here, so it's not, see, actually the, what do you call it? The option premium is derived through a formula known as the Black-Scholes model. Okay, so that's a pretty complex one. Okay, but rather a simpler way to understand this is through the effect of premium that you pay is what we call as through in the money, at and out the money. Okay, now, in the money is expensive. Okay, why? Because the risk for the short call guy is greater, right? Now, if you look at long call, market price is 150, strike price is 100. Now, doesn't the short call guy have a great risk? So, because he has a bigger risk, he's going to charge you a higher premium. Okay, so that's what we mean by in the money, at and out the money. No, so it's not like it's not that it's not pre-decided. What happens is, right, because the markets are dynamic and the price keeps changing, right? What happens is that the premium will keep changing every second. Okay, the premium keeps changing every second. So when we call it as in the money, right, it's basically the risk is greater to the short call, so he will charge a higher premium. Yeah, so that is one of the things, but you got to understand, Shreya, is that the prices are dynamic. It keeps changing, right? Every second the market price keeps changing. So when if you buy an out of the money contract, let's say you're long call and you buy an out of the money contract, that out of the money can become in the money based on how the underlying asset moves. Okay, so are we all very clear? So you guys have to practice options, okay, and futures, then only you're going to get this. Okay, so main thing, especially in options, you have to you need to understand when you're going to take the decision to exercise or expire the contract. All right, okay, any other questions? Okay, so I'll stop you.